country, although the Dubai Marina now holds the world title. But before you decide to go docking your boats in Dubai, it's important to note Marina Del Rey's wonderful climate, although a bit foggy today. Recent visitors of Dubai have come and told us that it gets to be about 130 degrees there in the summer. 130 degrees in the summer. Dubai. I'm doing my best. I'm losing my voice. I've had a few laps without the speaker. You're doing great. Thank you. Not only do these rock structures provide protection for the marina, but they also provide homes for much of the marine life we have in the area. Various seabirds, such as the California brown pelican, as well as different species of seagulls and cormorants, call them home. Our good friends, the California sea lions, also raise their young along the breakwater wall within the protection of the marina. You may also notice the rocks are white. That's not paint, but the work of the California brown pelicans and lots of cormorants who perch on the rocks. Usually our winter rains clean the rocks, but due to the lack of rain, the color and unfortunately the smell remains. Before we make our turn here at the entrance to the Pacific Ocean, look to the right. Looking out to the right, out past the North Jetty, you are looking up the northern California coast. The first pier you see is the Venice Pier. Beyond that, on most days, you can see the outline of the Ferris wheel and roller coaster on the Santa Monica Pier. After that is Pacific Palisades and Malibu, with the Santa Monica Mountains overlooking Santa Monica Bay. The entrance to the marina requires routine dredging to remove sediment buildup that impedes the navigable waterway. The last dredging project was in 2024 and to the tune of $7.8 million. The Army Corps of Engineers removed about 400,000 to 500,000 cubic yards of sediment from the main channel entrance. The sediment was then taken offshore at Dockweiler State Beach, which is just south of Marina Del Rey. As you complete your turn here at the entrance, you are now looking on the right, looking south down the California coast. The first last you see of the house is of Playa Del Rey. Past that, you will see hills with no homes. That area is the former surf bridge community, an entire neighborhood removed with the expansion of Los Angeles International Airport. The residents complain of 8 full garbage trucks. You may notice up ahead a bridge passing over Bayona Creek. That is actually the part of the original Pacific Coast Highway that ran here before the construction of the marina. The relocation of PCH to its current location along Lincoln Boulevard was the final adjustment that was needed to open the newly constructed Marina Del Rey Harbor to the ocean. The bridge is now part of the 22-mile-long Marvin Ride coastal bike path that runs from Pacific Palisades to Torrance. In the late 1800s, the area now occupied by the marina was considered as the location for a major Los Angeles shipping port, which is now in the Long Beach, San Pedro area. Before development began, the area was a saltwater marsh and wetlands filled with celery fields, stagnant waterways, and the remains of the 1930s oil drilling boom. It was a popular destination for duck hunters. On the right, past the apartments, you can still see a natural-looking area. That is the Bayona Wetlands Preserve, the last remaining area of natural coastal wetlands in Los Angeles County, and an example of what this area looked like prior to the development of the marina. Today, it is a popular recreational area for hikers and bird watchers. Now, Marina Del Rey's name translates to Harbor of the Kings. It was first seen in a feasibility study in 1938. Prior to that, the area was considered a part of Playa del Rey, and today's Marina Peninsula was called the Venice Peninsula.
He's a little chilly.
The feasibility study examined the cost and conflicts of small craft boating in the San Pedro, Los Angeles harbor area, and presented the advantages of a recreational
It'll feel warmer if you stand up there. We're almost done.
With capacity for 8,000 boats. Construction of Marina Del Rey might have begun sooner, but it was delayed by the onset of the Second World War. When that war ended, the time had come for expanding the nation's infrastructure, including an interstate highway system. It is against this backdrop that plans, funding, and political progress of Marina Del Rey moved forward. Construction of the marina began with the approval of a $2 million loan for the federal government in 1953, with actual dredging of the land beginning in 1958. The final cost of construction was $36.25 billion for land construction and initial operation. Would have been a lot more today. Employed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Valeria Lincoln played a pivotal role in the development of Marina Del Rey, contributing significantly to its planning and construction in the mid-20th century. As a black woman in a predominantly white male-dominated field, she faced not only gender discrimination, but also racial barriers that made her achievements all the more remarkable. Despite being barred from physically visiting the construction site due to discriminatory policies, Lincoln was entrusted with writing the detailed engineering specifications that guided the building of the harbor, relying solely on maps, surveys, and second-hand reports. She demonstrated extraordinary technical precision and ingenuity, helping to transform the marshlands into what would become the largest human-made small craft harbor in North America. Her resilience, expertise, and quiet defiance of the norms of her time not only shaped Marina Del Rey, but also paved the way for future generations in engineering. Now, coming up on our right-hand side, up ahead, is the UCLA Marina Aquatic Center, home of the university's rowing and sailing teams. This facility is also open to the public and offers classes in rowing, sailing, kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, all for the public. They also have junior teams for most activities, with a national champion junior rowing organization. enforcing safe boating practices. In addition, there's the Los Angeles County Department of Beaches and Harbors Administrative Building, the Los Angeles County Lifeguards' famous Baywatch boats that patrol the area's extensive and popular beaches. The lifeguards also have a houseboat that is manned 24 hours a day to ensure they have someone to respond to an emergency at any time. Now the docks in this area were recently renovated and replaced to improve the existing structure to help provide quicker emergency response to the community. Now just past the lifeguard boats up here, you see a building with a big white tent up in front. That is the restaurant known as Whiskey Reds, previously known as Shanghai Reds and originally called Pieces of Eight. It was the first restaurant built in Marina Del Rey. Despite the name changes over the years, it has been owned and operated by the same families. During its times as Pieces of Eight, they really took the pirate theme they had to heart, having a fully dressed pirate at the corner of Admiralty and Fiji, directing people towards the restaurant. Whiskey Reds marks our return to Fisherman's Village. If you look along the Marina Del Rey sports fishing bait dock to the right, you may see some California sea lions trying to get food at times. Fisherman's Village is a popular filming location for many shows. Regularly, it was a regular for the ABC show Revenge, as it resembles a fishing village that could be in the Hamptons where the show took place. Arrested Development's famous banana stand was filmed here over by our lovely lighthouse. And a boat that's not here right now because she's getting renovation, but Marina Hornblower also films the pilot of Arrested Development. Fisherman's Village also has been in shows such as Once Upon a Time, The Neighbors, NCIS, NCIS LA, CSI, and Millionaire Matchmaker. Our lovely, lovely boat entertainer over there with a flag on the back of it was a filming location for Clint Eastwood's film American Sniper. If you would like to learn more about the marina's history, please, please, please visit the Marina Del Rey Historical Society Gallery here in Fisherman's Village. Early photographs of the original wetlands and the harbor's various stages of construction are on display. You can even purchase a copy of the Marina Del Rey Historical Society's published book, Images of America, Marina Del Rey, as well as Marina Del Rey's birthday memorabilia. Thank you so much for joining us on this tour today, for coming to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Marina Del Rey. We hope you had a wonderful time. We hope you learned a few things, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you all for coming out today to celebrate the anniversary of Marina Del Rey, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you. Watch your step right here. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for doing this. Watch your step. Watch your step. Thank you. Watch your step. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for doing this. Watch your step. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much. Watch your step right here. Thank you so much for doing this. Have a good rest of your day. Watch your step. Watch your step. Thank you for doing this. Have a good rest of your day. Watch your step. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Watch your step. Glad you're doing this. You had a good tour. Thank you for joining us. Watch your step right here. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you learned a few things. Watch your step. Watch your step. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great rest of your day. Watch your step. Thank you so much. Watch your step right here. Thank you for joining us. Watch your step. Thank you for joining us today. Watch your step right here. Thank you for joining us. Watch your step here. Thank you for cruising with us. Watch your step. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a wonderful time. Watch your step here. Have a good one.
Come on, Cash.
Of course.
Thank you. It's wonderful. Thank you. Wonderful job.
Thank you. Watch your step.
Wait for the stairs to be clear. There we go. Come on, Cash. Enjoy your boat ride there, Cash.